To be sustainable means to be kind to the environment and not conform to the abuse of it. The way society seems to compel us to be. We are often doing things that are often unsustainable when we could be easily more sustainable. For example, turning off a light when you leave a room, or turning off the water when you're brushing your teeth, or not going to places that use a lot of packaging like McDonald's. It is the simple things that you have control over that can make a big difference. A lot of things that make it easy for me to be sustainable are things that I have control over. For example, the heat of my house is easy because I can tell my parents to turn the temperature down. It is also easy turning off a light in a room when you leave it, because it is simple. These are all things that I have control over and can change. That is when being sustainable is easy for me. The things that make it challenging for me to be sustainable are things that are hard to control. For example, cars run off gas, which is not a renewable resource. And when we take long distance trips, it is really hard to not be wasting fossil fuels. My dirt bike is also something that makes it challenging for me because I really like to ride it, but it uses gasoline. Also, it is hard to be sustainable because of how inconvenient it is and how it does not fit in with our society. Our society wants us to conform and buy the newest and the latest things. Things that make it easy for me to be sustainable are things that I consume that use non-renewable resources and too much packaging. Also, it is hard because a lot of places like McDonald's use a lot of packaging for their food, which makes it very easy to not be sustainable. Also, to a lot of people, it is not normal to try to be all sustainable. It's not cool to have energy efficient cars, but if you want a cool car because everyone else does, then you are conforming, and if you really are conforming to society, and if you really are sustainable, then you would be riding a bike everywhere. Over this past unit on sustainability, I have learned a lot about myself and my relationship to the world. I have learned that a lot of the time we are tricked into thinking and behaving in a certain way. However, there are very few people in the world that truly act in their own way, in a way that is respectful to others and the world around us. I have learned that I can be way more sustainable than I already am by realizing that every time I consume something, it is taking away from the environment. Also, our society has made it so that it is very difficult to be sustainable because most places use a lot of plastic, and when you're buying a drink, you don't often have a choice for glass. People should know that they are able to be sustainable and not conform to society, which is largely unsustainable.